Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The debate will begin shortly, but first we have two videos, one of Mr. Coyce and one from Mr. Gomer. Here is the video of Mr. Coyce.
I'd like to thank you all for coming here and funding my campaign. I know this is a very important thing for all of you here, and I'd like to let you all know that we are all in this together. And no matter what environmental nonsense Mr. Governor Gomer will try to propose to the nation, we know that we will win. But the important thing is that I need you guys with me in this. And number one thing I'd like to emphasize to you guys is that we will continue to dump our dredge into the ocean. We will continue to dump our crew sludge into the ocean because that is what saves money for us. And remember, that's what we're here for. We don't care about anybody else. Now on 3. Dredge. 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 Dredge.
Dredge. Dredge. Dredge. Dredge. Dredge. Dredge. Dredge.
And now we will watch the video of Governor Gomer. This video was shot near Governor Gomer's suburban home in Fort Washington. He is walking along a local stream and sees much pollution like oil and bottles at the bottom of the stream. He continues further and he notices erosion along the banks at the stream, and experts believe that this is because of water pollution. We're going to take a short commercial break. Up next will be the debate. And don't forget to tune in after, as we will be analyzing the debate.
Coyce was seen dumping waste from his Upper Dublin home into Wissahickon Creek. Fertilizer runoff from his yard also raises its nitrate, phosphate, and turbidity levels every time it rains. Don't vote for a man who poisons our most precious natural resource. Choose Brent Gomer.
And I approve this message.
Look into my eye. The other eye. Dredge spoils, dumping crew sludge, thermal enrichment. That's where it's at. That is the core of my platform. Vote Michael Coyce for president.
Do you know what I want? I want America to work together in solving this problem. Because we need to get through this. We need clean drinking water.
Vote Brent Gomer for president.
Welcome to the third and final debate. I'm Jake Singer, and I will be the moderator tonight. This debate will primarily focus on water pollution. As you all know, water pollution is any biological, chemical, or physical change to water quality that harms organisms or makes water unsuitable for desired use. Now to introduce the candidates tonight, Brent Gomer and Michael Coyce. Now it is time to begin the debate. This first question comes from a concerned student, Alexander Brandorf. Groundwater, which is 25% polluted, is a serious problem that can be caused by underground oil tanks and landfill seepage. How do you plan to fix this issue? By coin flip, Michael Coyce will go first.
Well, first, I would like to thank all of my supporters and everyone out there watching and who has donated to my fund in supporting my campaign. But Jake brings up a very good question. But the first thing that I want to address is that the emphasis that we need to keep those tanks underground for the sake of our great gasoline companies. It's really a convenient method for them to continue their business. However, I do propose two solutions to this problem while keeping those tanks underground. We can pump the water to the surface and then clean it up and return it back to the aquifers. Or we can inject microorganisms into the groundwater to clean up the pollutants.
Well, Mr. Coyce, thank you for joining me here today. But there are many things wrong with what you just proposed being the cleanup method. First of all, it is way too costly to pump out and inject all these microorganisms into the water to clean it up. But that shouldn't be a problem for you considering you own a yacht, right? Is that true?
I do own a yacht on Smitty Pond.
Another problem is that we have to monitor these aquifers more securely and to make sure that there is no pollution whatsoever leaking out. And we can do this by double lining the tanks. If we were going to keep them underground, we would double line them in non-corrosive material. But even besides that, going farther, it would be better just to move the tanks above ground. What? Do you have a problem with that? It might cut into some of your real estate space, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would.
And that's a problem?
Yes.
Because we need... So you're saying that environmental protection isn't your number one?
I certainly value my economic money more than these environmental problems.
Well...
I mean, no, I don't.
Well, I'm sure you will agree that the water you drink, you would like to be safe, wouldn't you?
Yes.
So you're in favor of just preventing the pollution in the first place.
And moderator, can we move on, please?
Next question.
For the next question. If you were elected, what would you do about ocean pollution? Because Mike went first last time. Brent, you will go first this time.
I'm extremely glad you brought this up, because many people don't realize how harmful ocean pollution can be. They just think that the ocean is a trash can for American wastes and even worldwide wastes. If elected, I would raise awareness on this subject. According to a 2006 study by the Environmental Program, over 80% of marine pollution originates on land, meaning all that runoff, all that sewage dumping, all those times you clean your cruise ship, you want your cruise ship clean, don't you? And then just runs right into the ocean.
I'm not aware of these.
What Americans need to know is that even if it doesn't directly impact you, it is still harmful to the environment.
Alright, well, you're clearly overanalyzing this situation. The ocean is plenty big enough to sustain our pollution. Heck, if you even want to call it pollution. The ocean is a practical place. It is easy and convenient to dump our pollution.
For the third question. What are your views of drinking water? Specifically, bottled water and drinking water quality. Mike, you will begin this question.
Well, I'm glad you bring this up. Because, in my mind, privatizing bottled water companies is a great way to go about this issue. First of all, it would immensely give everyone the option of what water they would want. For instance, some people like Deer Park, other people like Poland Spring. I'm a Fiji guy.
Water quality? You think
this
the taste
is
of water is water quality?
Of course.
Did you know that over 40% of bottled water is contaminated with chemicals over the maximum standard that the EPA set in the Clean Water Act? So that Fiji you're drinking right now probably has some sort of bacteria that you shouldn't want to be drinking.
I think it tastes quite fine. But privatizing is easily a great option. And not only is it good for our people's water quality options, my idea of what water quality is.
Privatizing is not the answer. We need to make sure that there are certain standards set and that every single company follows these standards. It's not enough to just say, oh, well, we know you're following the standards because you're Deer Park, you get it from a spring. We have to make sure that whether it's purified tap water or it's from a spring, that both of these types of water meet the standards that we set.
Well, I think Deer Park water tastes completely fine.
This concludes the debate. It is now in the hands of the public to decide who will be the next president.
This marks the end of the debate. With me now is a concerned citizen of Upper Dublin, Michael McDermott. What are your views after the debate, Michael?
I've been concerned about the state of our groundwater ever since my home's well was polluted, and Gomer has a much more solid plan than Coy. Our gas station storage tanks need to go above ground if we really want to keep an eye on them. Also, I strongly support reforming leak detection standards and our liability system. And on ocean quality, Coyce clearly fell flat. We can't continue the status quo. We need a leader who will take action on issues like cruise ship dumping and dredge spoils from the Delaware River. I say Gomer won this debate by a landslide. He's definitely got my vote.
This is all the time we have now. Thank you for watching.